Around the same time, or rather just before, actually when I was unemployed, I was already dating my wife Anita. So 1 year we have dated, and now she said, my father is putting pressure, we've got to get married, otherwise it's not going to happen. So, and she was too good to say no, so I had to say yes, and here I am unemployed, actually, between a transition between Ask Me and the new business that I was about to start. I said yes. The day I got engaged, actually, she got engaged to an unemployed guy. Anyway, I got married, and simultaneously this new business started. They say something called Lady Luck. Definitely she brought a lot of Lady Luck to me. So next 2 years else. So 2 years we work on this project in Delhi, and we make some money. We're able to meet our bills. I'm able to take care of my needs. Others were also slowly finding their ways. Then again, we got into such differences among us that I said, no, I'm not going to really be in this situation. I'm going to get out of this. What to do? Again, I've not saved money. I don't have money. This has just been using up whatever I earn. Somehow, some old sheikh from Dubai called me once that, why don't you start Ask Me kind of a service there. So I went to him, wrote to him, and he said, hey, come over. Very good idea. Inshallah, we'll start this. So I went there, stayed there for a month. Because in Dubai, in those days, you have to get licenses from the government. So I went there, I did all that was possible, dealt with them, and finally got a license for it. Then he said, good, congratulations. So how much money you're getting from India? I said, sorry, Indian government does not allow people to invest abroad. Obviously, I had no money at the time. So in that case, okay, you will be like an employee and give you 15% and I own 85%. I come back to India, I think fresh. I said, is this what I'm going to do in my life? 2 years, drop out from CA, 2 years from a job, 2 years in a business, another 2 years where I just did a marriage of convenience partnership, which really didn't work. Again, this Dubai thing would have been even less than 2 years. I would have been kicked in 1 year. I said, no, now I'm going to take my risk and go do it all alone. I looked at my bank balance, I had 80,000 rupees. And we had a house on rent. My 2 brothers who were there, they were dependent on me. And I said, guys, okay, I just made a call to Mr. Pradeep Gua of Times of India, then, who's a publisher of Times of India and various magazines. And I spoke to Pradeep. I said, Pradeep, I have this wedding planner idea, and you could distribute this to your matrimonial advertisers for free. I will do this for you in Mumbai and Delhi. Would you be interested? Pradeep immediately said, yes, I would be interested. Come over. Next day morning, I catch a flight and go there and have a meeting with Pradeep. Meanwhile, I had no place to stay. I went to my cousin's house. My Bhabhi was so impressed that I'm meeting the publisher of Film Fair. She said, I will also tag along. So she tagged along. I met Pradeep Gua. Pradeep Gua in one shot said, 30 minutes meeting. He said, done. We are going in. But we are Times of India. We don't do anything for free. You will have to give us 2 lakh rupees to distribute these magazines. All the money I had was 80,000 rupees. This Bhabhi here was getting very excited. On her way back, she said, I want to invest in your company. I'm very excited about it. So I said, see, I don't want you to come as a partner here because I've had bad times. So if you want to invest, I'll give you 40% return on your investment. So she said, done. She said, 2 lakh I'll commit to you. Right now 1 lakh and the balance 1 lakh later. So she gave me 1 lakh so I could leave back to India and get started with this wedding planner. And I don't know, something happened within the family politics, the other 1 lakh never came. So now I had to start a business. So I went back to Delhi and told my brothers, hey, you guys, if you handle from home, and I will instruct you on a daily basis what to do, and I'll operate from Mumbai. I came to Mumbai with 50,000 rupees. I said, now I have to find an office and also a residence in Mumbai. Now, you know how difficult it is. The deposits alone are so much that, fortunately, sometimes my dad, by the way, though he didn't save any money, he did a lot of good karmas. good karmas help you. So somebody from somewhere came and said, hey, you go to Bombay? I can help you with a house with no deposit and just 1,500 rupees rent. I said, wow, 50,000 hai, 1,500 mein rent, no problem, monthly I have to pay. And I got this house somewhere in the place called Thane. It was quite a neat house. I said, we went there, settled there. Next day morning, the newspaper I read, there is an office space in Nariman Point, make a chamber for 5,000 rupees. I said, jump, for two reasons. One, I'm a huge fan of Dhirubhai Ambani, and this is right next to his office. And two, make a chamber, so you have it in your visiting card, what else you need? So I go there to this place, and they show me this place. It's a dirty corner, one small desk, I don't know, it was a great building, but the place was horrible. And I was trying to negotiate with him. He said, hey, if you don't want that, there's someone else to take it. I quickly kept my bag and said, no, this is mine. I'm going to take this place. And we took up this place and we started our journey there. My wife used to accompany me every day to work, and we used to travel from Thane. I'm a guy from Delhi, used to a bike and move around freely. And the train thing was never my kind. And I used to miss 3-4 trains to reach to Nariman Point, and she would have reached them by then. Anyway, so we went through that journey. Now, all this while, you will not believe, every night, every time I used to dream about my Justdial. Because Master me didn't succeed, I used to think. And I used to think about all those mistakes we made, and I would in my mind create that company already. I would have figured out what the number would be, the way I would go to operate without any cost, without any capital, and all that was created. But one thing I was very sure, I will never again start this business without having a very easy to remember number. Because in days of Ask Me, in many social do's, we have people come across and say, hey, what a great idea, ask me and all that. By the way, what's your number? That used to really put us off and hurt us. No? We said, we got that wrong. It's better to have the number memorable than just the name. So this obsession was there. Every person I used to meet, I used to talk about this number and all that. One fine day, one boy came to me and said, you have been talking about his number. There is one exchange out there somewhere in Malad. They are starting with 3 8s. Maybe you'll get your number. All excited. Next day morning, I go and make this presentation to the general manager of Mahanagar Telephone. Usually these places, things don't work. They say you have to drive and all those things. Just to say, till date we have never bribed anybody in our history of running this company. We went to the manager. I just started looking into his eyes and started narrating my vision. Surprisingly again, 30 minutes, he said, done. This number is yours. You can go ahead and apply. So I said, I have to apply. Okay, I need an official address here. So I go back to this manager and say, can you give it to me in writing? Because if I have to take a place, I have to pay deposits, and without, I don't have a place here, so if I have to spend on deposit later if I don't get the number. So this is a government job, you don't give anything in writing. I've given you a word, you go ahead and do it. So somehow I managed to get 100,000 rupees. By then, because the business that I ran also generated cash, I took up a place as a deposit in Malad and started from my dining table as the office, and we shifted from Nariman Point to there. So I got this number 7 times 8. I couldn't believe, because I knew my dream starts the day I get the number. Because I've already imagined everything in my mind. And this has really happened. So in the middle of the night, I used to wake up and pick up the phone and see if it's working. It was like that. I did for many, many days. My wife thought I've gone crazy. Now the thing is, you have the number, you got to start. This is 1995. Now, I don't have enough capital even to apply for phone lines. Those were days that you had applied phone lines, 15,000 rupees, you get instant connection. Or you apply 3,000 rupees, you'll get after some time. So they said they indicated about 1 year. I said practically makes sense for me to do it after 1 year because of many reasons. One, I have to collate enough data to disseminate information, so I need time for that. 2, to create a new software, I need to really apply myself on this. So that will also require. And by the time I will have some money from the existing business, I'll keep applying. So we applied for some 10 lines or for 20 lines or something like that, and we waited. And I got a one-man software writer, one person, and I used to write the algorithms. I used to write the logic, how to go about, and he used to code it for me. And we appointed pickup boys, peons to go door to door to collect visiting cards and data. And we also had some of those college kids to collect data for us, combing the city of Mumbai. 1996, we launched Justdial. I've been so much into the journey, I don't even remember dates. Which date I started. All those dates never had importance. Every minute, every second was the way we lived. It must have been somewhere in January sometime in 1996, we launched Justdial. I used to answer those calls initially to learn how we are. Now, when you want to build a business with very less of capital, and that to something like Justdial, you need it to be constantly be innovative. You have to think out of the box, and you have to do things like, I don't know the jugaad word if you've heard of, we always use this thing, you have to be jugadu also. So I said, okay, fine, I'm going to do this business without capital. So how can I manage it? So let's begin with number to ho gaya. Okay, number is an easy job, you got it. 2, let's talk about office space. I said there was a shop right below the residence that I was staying there. It was a 300 square feet shop. I said, let me start from the shop. In US, they start from a garage. In India, we start. I took up the place. Let me know if I'm boring you guys, because for me, it's very passionate. I can go on. Okay. So we took up a shop, and we said we hired furniture, including the CAT cables in those days. We rented those. We rented the computer. We practically everything in our office was rented. And we would have, I had done recruited some young kids out of college. Used to hang around a lot with them and spend time so that there was bonding. And through their network, they would get more of their friends and known people to come and work for us. It was such a situation that we would have some 20 seats in our office, and there would be some 27, 30 people at a time working. So that people would wait for someone to go to the loo to grab the chair and sit. It was that kind of situation. Anyway, so that's where we started, and soon things started moving very fast. Constantly we were at how to grow and become, I always been a person think about large scale. For me, everything is like, it has to be huge scale. And so we started in Delhi, we started in Bangalore, and Hyderabad, Chennai, and today we are in about 250 cities we claim, but actually we are in 1,000 cities in India. Anywhere from India, you can dial Justdial's number and get through to us. Just to go back a bit and say in 96 we started, 99, around 99 end 2000 time frame, people said it's all .com. You're finished, my buddy. Phone karne wala hai. Sab internet mein hone wala hai. I said, oh my God, this is like, and the beauty was, some uncle who knew nothing about the internet and all, you read on the newspaper and say, it's finished, and you'll come and tell you. PricewaterhouseCoopers, those guys came to me and said, no, this is real, it's all internet now. I used to wonder how can everything become internet so fast, when my internet connection wouldn't last for even 10 minutes because it would disconnect. So we said, okay, fine, we will also think how to make internet enabled. I registered my domain name Justdail.com and started looking out how to get technology and all that. Around the same time, one Indian entrepreneur, very successful Indian entrepreneur from US, he had come to India. He wanted to start a .com company, big scale, and he got his funding and all that. He approached us and he said, hey, we want to buy some shares in your company, and finally we'll marry your company with our company, and we'll list in NASDAQ, and everybody becomes million. I'll give you a building, and then you build, in that building you run your own dream, whatever it is. I said, look buddy, I've struggled all my life. I'm not going to do anything like share swap and then worry about things. I don't believe in your .com. If you believe in my idea will work for you, fantastic. So why don't you do one thing? You give me some cash.